Hello, I just made it to the battle frontier on this save file. As you can see, I don't have any symbols earned, no battle points, I haven't done any battles yet. I'm in the battle tower. I just finished a team I want to try out. It's a variation on a team that I used to get gold in Soul Silver in the battle tower. I have Salaman's lead with Intimidate to weaken attackers. I mostly have investments in bulk. And the idea is to switch around with Intimidate, get the opponent to -6, and then set up Dragon Dance. I have a little bit of speed to outspeed Jolly Metagross without any boosts. I also have a little bit of attack investment to Oko Bulky Wall Rain at +6 with Earthquake. And the rest is 252 HP, and then what's left over is in defense. I have Aggron as my switch-in for most of the time, to switch between Aggron and Salamence. And then I have Wishcash, who covers the only things that Salamence Aggron doesn't cover, which is Electric and Steel. I have a little bit of speed investment in the Wishcash, so it outspeeds the slowest Metagross, which is Tucker's Metagross. And then the rest is in defense HP. And I have Amnesia to set up in defense, special defense. All my Pokemon have rest. I have Asperberry, which heals Freeze, which I'm afraid of Freeze. Even though I'm called Freeze. It's the only status that I can't heal with rest. And I don't have any natural cure or ice type, so I'm immune to ice. Or to freeze, so I need to be careful. Especially with a quad weakness to ice. I haven't played the Emerald Battle Frontier since I was a kid. This save file has been stuck somewhere in the game like for over 10 years, I think. And every time I wanted to play the Frontier, I would first start with Auras, be disappointed Frontier doesn't exist there. Start up Emerald. Oh, I'm not there. So then I'd end up in the Soul Silver Frontier. But I finally played through the game again. And now I'm here. I was planning to use a different team. And I'm gonna assume the first couple of rounds will be very easy, just like in Soul Silver. So I'll just talk about the team I have. Oh yeah, there's a Wingull, that should be no problem. Yeah. Alright, so I was gonna use a different team. The one that I used in Soul Silver to get the gold medal in the battle tower on my first attempt. And I used that team because I knew I was gonna play through Emerald soon, and I thought the team would be better in Emerald, and I wanted to test it. And that team was Gyarados. Alright, I don't have Lumberry anymore on the lead. I've been switching around the items a bit. So I had a Gyarados lead with Steelix in the back, so, which is one of my favorite defensive cores. Switching between Gyarados and Steelix, and you just intimidate down the Pokemon until you take almost no damage, and then you set up. And I wanted to bring that to Emerald, because it's easier to predict, does the opponent have physical moves or special moves, because we don't have physical special split, so fire type is always special, fighting is always physical. And on that team in the back, I had a couple of options, but what I went with was a Blissey, which is of course one of the best special tanks in the game. It also had natural cure, so if I got frozen I could switch out. I got frozen a bunch of times, but I never switched because Blissey was so tanky and I gave it the leftover, so it just took no damage. So I was gonna build that team in Emerald. And when I was looking at what I needed to do to build that team, I saw only Gyarados is available if you only have Emerald. Now I do have Leaf Green around, but I figured, why not make a team that you can build if you only have Emerald? If you can't trade, that might be a nice challenge. So I had to look into some alternatives, and I thought it would be, it was pretty clear which Pokemon I would go with as the replacement for Steelix, and that was Rhydon. I chose Rhydon because I want the second Pokemon, I want to invite water attacks because Gyarados isn't weak to the water attacks. I want to invite ground type moves because Gyarados is immune, and fighting type moves because I resist and I have intimidate, so they get weaker and weaker. So I figured Rhydon is the only option. Like, if I can't trade, I can't go for Golem. Rhydon is probably better than Golem, but might depend. But I didn't even have the option if I don't want to trade. And then I needed a third Pokemon, and it was a bit tougher because there's not a one-to-one replacement for Blissey. So I was looking around. I already had some ideas written down as a third Pokemon on the original team in Soul Silver, like a Ninetales, because Ninetales has decent special defense. I wanted the third Pokemon to have good special defense. So Ninetales, it's a different typing. It has a surprisingly good special bulk. Having good speed can be very nice. I could potentially help with Metagross, I was thinking, because I don't really know much about the Emerald sets, like which Pokemon should I watch out for, but I knew Metagross is gonna be a problem. So I looked into Ninetales, I looked into some water types, Tentacruel. One of the first things I thought was Shuckle, because Shuckle is really tanky. But you have very low HP, and then I started thinking about Metagross, and you're weak to Metagross, and you're also weak to water, and Rhydon is already weak to water. So that wasn't gonna be it. I trained a Grumpig with Calm Mind because I thought that would be quite nice. One of the you don't cover two types with Gyarados Steelix. You don't resist two types, which is grass and ice. And grass isn't that strong of an offensive type. And Grumpig has Thick Fat, which basically gives you a resistance to ice. So I thought maybe that would be nice, but you can't hit Metagross with Grumpig. At least not without like Fire Punch or something, which you need. It's a move tutor move, and you need battle points for it. I don't have any battle points. So that was a pass. Then I trained a Milotic. Now I didn't really want to stack up weaknesses, and of course Milotic is also weak to electric, just like Gyarados, but we have immunity in Rhydon, and Milotic is so tanky that it can tank at least one Thunderbolt, even from like a Raikou. So I figured that would be nice, but you need a good beauty stat for the Feebas. And I didn't really think about that until I started blending the berries. That if you are playing on Emerald, on cartridge, I mean, there's a pretty big chance your battery is dead. And if your battery is dead, it's gonna be very difficult to get the berries. So I wanted to change that to something that would be much easier to get. But I was kind of running out of options that I was happy with, because I really wasn't happy with anything except for Milotic. So I went to Starmie. I had already looked at Starmie earlier. Starmie has pretty decent defenses. I think something like 85 defense, 85 special defense, but you only have 60 base HP, which isn't the best. But you do get Recover and Cosmic Power, and you have Natural Cure, so that's 3 really good things. So I figured I'd go with Starmie. So I completed the team. I was standing in front of the lady at the desk in the battle tower. It was late, so I saved the game. I went to bed. And I woke up. And I wasn't happy with the team. I don't know why, but like I woke up and I was like, I've been thinking about this wrong. This isn't working. That's when I thought, why don't I have a look at Aggron? Because Aggron is it's a lot like Steelix, but it's not immune to Thunderbolt or electric attacks, which is why I overlooked it initially. That's a big crit. Yeah, it doesn't quite cover the types that I want for Gyarados. But it does cover some things that the Steelix doesn't. So I thought maybe I can just have a ground type, another ground type in the back. And then I just switch to that ground type instead of the Aggron. Which is why I was looking at ground types that weren't weak to water. And I was looking at Whiscash and Quagsire mostly. But then I thought, why don't I switch to Salamence? Because Salamence it's almost the same Pokemon as Gyarados. At least when you look at the role in this team. They both have Intimidate, they both have Dragon Dance. 2 strong moves. And you cycle Intimidate, set up, and hope that you can sweep. So I switched to Salamence. And that works out a lot better with the Aggron, because instead of being quad weak to electric, now I'm quad weak to ice, and Aggron resists ice. And then I ended up with the Whiscash anyway, because I wanted something to deal with the electric types. Because Salamence doesn't resist electric, so it can't really take it. Aggron, even though it has almost full special defense bulk, it doesn't take electric type attacks particularly well. So I wanted something to deal with it. And I looked a bit at Lantern. But I didn't want to have two Pokemon weak to ground in the back, because Earthquake's pretty common. And Lantern is neither fast nor strong, so it isn't gonna take out any Pokemon with Earthquake if it's like Machamp or Metagross or whatever. And there's our first battle point. I don't know what I just didn't do. Another thing, I wanted to not use that many TMs because they're not reusable or reobtainable, or some are. So I think the only one that I used here that you can't get back is Aerial Ace. If you want to use a similar team and you don't want to waste your Aerial Ace, you can use Return instead. It's comparable, like it's a little stronger if it's neutral, but you can miss. The Gyarados I have actually has Return. The Earthquake TM, you can find it with pickup. It's a very small chance, and it's like a level 91 to 100 pickup Pokemon, so it's difficult, but it's possible. The Rest TM, also 1% chance at 51 to 70, I think. I used this Gyarados to breed the Dragon Dance onto the Salamence, so I also got the Rest from that Gyarados, and I also got Return, but I replaced it. The Aggron, I got Rest from I think Zigzagoon, which I bred onto a Rhyhorn. Rhyhorn had Earthquake, so I got the Earthquake onto Aggron without needing a TM. Iron Tail is gonna be replaced by Rock Slide once I have BP for it. And Iron Defense is a level up move. And then Whiscash is the easiest. Except for Surf, everything here is a level up move. Very easy. So I didn't need to breed this one. Quagsire might be the better third Pokemon. It's definitely better in quite a few situations. But I mean, I was catching Bagon, so on the way I got a Barboach. And I already used the Quagsire in Soul Silver. And now I have 3 Hoenn Pokemon on the same team, which I also thought was nice. So I just went with Whiscash. You can catch a Wooper or a Quagsire, I'm not sure. Probably Wooper in the Safari Zone once you beat the Elite Four. Yeah, so I started with Gyarados Steelix Blissey. Then it was Gyarados Rhydon insert third Pokemon. And now I've ended up with Salamence, Aggron, and Whiscash. And I named the Aggron Nighthawk because I've been watching a lot of Nighthawk, and I think the reason I woke up and thought about Aggron was because I recently watched some of his older videos about Aggron. That did no damage. Yeah, so the first couple of rounds aren't really gonna be too challenging. I'm not really paying too much attention. Just spamming moves. This Whiscash has a little bit of attack investment, so it can two-shot most Metagross. I think all of them except for Tucker's Metagross. But I outspeed Tucker's Metagross, so it's kind of the same as the regular Metagross. They outspeed me. They hit me twice. And I killed them. Hopefully. And with Tucker, I outspeed. I still get hit twice and I kill it. Hopefully. And Metagross was definitely one of the biggest concerns I had. I mean, basically the only concern. And the wall rain, because in Soul Silver I was +6 with Gyarados. I used Return on Wall Rain Lift on like 5%. One-shot me with Sheer Cold, first try of course. I was like, ooh, I might need to look into that. Now, of course, Wall Rain, even with this guaranteed Oko set, at +6 at least, Wall Rain still has Focus Band on one of its sets, and the only Wall Rain that isn't bulky has Bright Powder. So that one, I would have to use Aerial Ace optimally, but I'm not gonna know if it is the set. So I'm not sure how I'm gonna play the Wall Rains. I might just always just go for the Aerial Ace, so I get guaranteed damage, even though I won't kill 3 out of the 4. Might just depend on when it gets set out. If it's like the second Pokemon, maybe I play it safe. But yeah, another reason why I wanted the Aggron is Aggron has Sturdy, so I can't get one-shot by Oko moves. That's also like one of the reasons why I was looking into Shuckle. Shuckle also gets Sturdy. But Shuckle just wasn't good enough on this team. I mean, the defenses are crazy, but because you have so little HP, you're actually not that tanky. At least not against some of the stronger Pokemon, like the Metagross. I think Meteor Mash did something like 70%. Now you do get Withdraw with the Shuckle, so you can boost your defense, but that's only if you have had the opportunity. I was also looking into Double Team Shuckle, but the odds that you get hit are just way too high. And the Shuckle also had rest, so I need to survive like 2 hits and then rest, and then you have to dodge a lot, so it's not gonna work. And you can't really do Withdraw and Double Team, because then you don't have enough attacking moves. Because with Shuckle you have like 3 options. You have Wrap, You have Sandstorm and you have Toxic. But if you have any combination other than Wrap and Sandstorm, then you're gonna be walled by either Pokemon like Metagross or Pokemon like Gengar. And I didn't really want that because originally on that team I had Gyarados, which already couldn't touch Gengar because it had Return. If I wanted to have the optimal team, I would have a Hidden Power Flying Gyarados or maybe a Hidden Power Rock. Both of those are decent. But that's very difficult to get. I mean, I could get it pretty easy because I have a modded 3DS and I transferred my save file from my ROM from my cartridge with a GBX flash card onto my 3DS, and now I'm playing in the 3DS's native ability to run GBA games. And because my 3DS is modded, I could edit the Pokemon and get the Hidden Power Flying. But I didn't want to use Hidden Powers because that's not something you would normally have easy access to. Yeah, these Pokemon are still pretty easy, but yeah, it's pretty much the same in Soul Silver. It's usually around round 3 you start to get a couple of more interesting Pokemon. And then round 4 or 5, that's when you start to see some real teams. Not yet the strongest, of course, but they look like they could be decent. We're gonna die to counter, yes. When I played through Emerald as a kid, I pretty much always had an Aron on the team. In Gen 1 and 2, I used a lot of Geodudes. And when I came to the Dewford town the first time, I got into the cave, saw an arrow, and I was like, "Ooh, this looks interesting." A rock steel type. You take no damage from like a lot of early game Pokemon because, you know, normal or poison, or I mean a lot of types, especially with the old steel resistances. Still resisting Dark and Ghost, like you take no damage from anything. So that was an easy favorite early on. I think it's pretty cool using an Aggron in the Battle Tower now. I mostly built this team for the Battle Tower because I haven't been in the Battle Frontier of Emerald since I don't know how long. Maybe more than 15 years ago. So I don't really remember all the facilities. But I do... the Battle Tower is of course just the Battle Tower, just like any other generation or most generations. So I know how that works. And I have seen a couple of videos of the Battle Dome, which is like you bring 3 and you pick 2 of them. So I think the team will work decently over there. Kinda depends on what they have there. Maybe I'd struggle if they have like a lot of water types with ice moves. But overall I think it could be decent. And then the other battle facilities, I'll have to look into how they work to see if the team is any good. But first, I'm doing this run in the battle tower. I got the gold medal first try with the Gyarados Steelix version in Soul Silver. I mean, I was already at 21 battles when I started using the team. But the first 3 rounds is not where the challenge is. So I'm basically counting that as doing the battle tower first try with that team. But with Emerald, of course, there's a lot of different movesets, different Pokemon or threats. So I don't really know what to expect. I just want to see if I can figure out what the weaknesses of the team are. And maybe we make it to the gold symbol on the first try and maybe we don't. Pretty good chance that we don't. I do have a document somewhere that can tell me what every set does. So once we get to higher difficulty, I might start looking at the document. That Relicanth is pretty bulky, but then I don't have that much investment. I do have Adamant Nature, but only I think 68 EVs in attack. Something like that. But still, that was 1 Dragon Dance, so Relicanth living with that much health is pretty impressive. I think it has like 100-ish base defense. I don't know about its HP, it's probably 80 or higher. Relicanth is a really cool Pokemon. When I first discovered it while diving as a kid, I thought it was so cool. And then like later you learn about the animal it's based on. It's quite cool. Really is a living fossil. Ah, this is where the battle saves, okay. Alright, I think the 3rd round is the silver match. So we'll finally get to see something a bit challenging. Kind of forgot what the team is. I think it has Alakazam. Oh right, Bellydrum Snorlax. And I was thinking, ooh, that's pretty scary, and then I looked at the damage calcs and it only does like 20 something percent to Aggron, even when I don't have any Iron Defense boost, so I can just switch in Aggron, set up Iron Defense and tank forever, even if he belly drums. Seeking, let's... I caught a Goldeen earlier. I was thinking like, that's really the one water type from Gen 1 that's... Oh, Hornrill, of course. Of course. Should have known. It's the one water type from Gen 1 that's like... It doesn't really have anything going for it. Like any other Pokemon you can say something like Tentacruel, it has the poison typing, it has good speed, really high special defense, that's Liquid Ooze to mess with Leech Seed, which is one of the reasons why I was considering it. Figured it would be good against any double team Leech Seed Ludicolo's or something like that. Just realized I need to PP max these moves. I'm running out of earthquakes. I thought I already did that, but apparently not. Sleep talk. Yes, the AI doesn't know how to count sleep turns of rest. Let's see if we can get some defense drops with Iron Tail. Yeah, I don't really like moves with low accuracy, but wow. Aggron doesn't learn any rock type moves from level up. And I mean, those also have low accuracy, but it's better than Iron Tail. Yeah, and I didn't want to waste Rock Tomb, so I just have to earn some BP and get Rock Slide. I didn't want to give it return because I need something to hit Gengar or Mischievous. And I think Iron Tail will do. Like, oh boy, double team. Oh, this is gonna take a while. Okay, maybe we can get lucky and finish this fast. And maybe not. Yeah. As long as I rest in time, I don't think there's any way for me to lose this. But it will take a while. In Soul Silver, I had Curse on Steelix instead of the Iron Defense I have here. Aggron doesn't get Curse, at least not in Gen 3. When I had the Rhydon, Rhydon does get Curse in Gen 3. You breed it from Torkoal, or at least I bred it from Torkoal. So that was kind of nice as an option. But it doesn't matter too much. I mean, there's a decent chance that if you set up on like the first Pokemon, there's a decent chance that you won't, that you'll have to switch out anyway because they send in something with like Surf or whatever. So Iron Defense is pretty nice in that it sets up very fast. Nope, we're not hitting anything. So when I used the Soul Silver team, I had quite a few encounters with double team Pokemon, and I just PP stalled them because they can never kill you usually. You just run out of PP eventually. I think Chansey was the last Pokemon here, so I don't really care about using my PP. And I still have a whole Wish Cache. One option if you go Quagsire over Wish Cache is that Quagsire does get Curse. I think also from Torkoal. Wish Cache just has Amnesia, which Quagsire can also get. Okay. If I can hit an earthquake, then we're finally done. Nope. Okay, it didn't heal, but now I have to heal. If I run out of attacking moves, I can just start switching between Whiscash and Aggron. If we get low, we rest. And Chansey will just run out of PP at some point. Although this is the old struggle, so recoil is dependent on how much damage you do instead of Soul Silver, where it's like, I think, a quarter of your HP every turn. So that speeds things up a lot. But with a Chansey, it's not gonna be very fast. Back to sleep. I don't know how much PP Seismic Toss has. Is it like 15? It's like 15 and there can't be that much left. Soft boiled is probably also something like 15. I don't know how many Chansey used, but not that many. I feel like. Well, that was the last Iron Tail. Back to sleep. How much PP is Double Team? It's like 15, 20. I think it's not 30. Sure hope it's not. I think it's like 20 because when I used the Persian team, I think I had like 32 PP on Double Team. So it must be something like 20. Okay, we hit a move. I guess I'll go switch to Whiscash. Looks like Chansey's out of Seismic Toss. Whiscash, it at least has stab on Earthquake, so even though it's not that strong, might still do similar amount. I have Surf, but I'm also Adamant Nature, so Surf, Surf already wouldn't do anything. And there you go, Earthquake is stronger than Aggron's. Surf already wouldn't do anything against Chansey, but for Whiscash, I just wanted something to hit Pokemon like Gengar and flying types. How much damage it does isn't that important. Because if we're attacking with Whiscash, we probably can't die. There we go. Oh, there was one more. Whoops. I have no clue what Figurov has. I think I'll just check it just in case. Let's see. Figurov. If it wants to load. I'm loading a million tabs because my browser was closed, so it's taking a while. I see another set in a different document, so / counter encore uproar. I'll just assume it's that one. Let's go for surf then. Oh, it's definitely not that set. Defense fell. Okay, let's switch. Yeah, Agrandus takes no damage from normal types. Another Pokemon I was looking into was Dusclops, because it's kind of like a Shuckle. High defenses, not that much HP, but you're still fairly tanky. And what's interesting about Dusclops is that it has pressure, so opponents use twice as much PP. Salicberry. Okay, I think I live even with the drop, even if they crit. I think, let's see. Yeah, let's say about 120 for a crit. So I'll just go for the kill. Oh, reversal. Not that strong. Alright, the battle is finally over. Wasn't really in danger, but without the Salamence it does take a while. I'll have to be more careful when I see a Seeking. Oh yeah, I was talking about how Seeking is like the one water type from Kanto that it just doesn't do anything in my eyes. So I was actually kind of wondering if can I make a team around the Seeking? Like, what does it even do? I don't really want to use Horn Drill. That's just 30% accuracy. I think I'm gonna switch around a bit. Oh wait, I have Whiscash now. Yeah, Metagross is also scary because it ignores Intimidate, and like the whole team kind of depends on being able to use Intimidate against physical attackers. Another thing, if you use Quagsire, there's I think 2 sets with Metagross that have Explosion. Quagsire gets Damp as an ability, and that stops Explosion, so that can be very nice. But in most cases you probably want Water Absorb, so you can switch from Aggron to Quagsire and don't take damage, and if you're already damaged you can just heal. That's something that Whiscash definitely cannot do. You have a pretty useless ability for the most part. I mean, in the Battle Tower there might be some cases where it's useful. You have Oblivious, and I think it only stops Affection, Infatuation. So there are a couple of Pokemon with Attract around, but it's not gonna be useful most of the time. I think in later generations it blocks things like Taunt as well, but that's like maybe generation 7, otherwise it's generation 8. Does Wigglytuff have Ice Beam or something? Icy Wind? I guess we'll find out. Secret Power, okay. Yeah, with Aerial Ace and Earthquake you have pretty good coverage. You could also go like a Brick Break instead of Earthquake, but Earthquake is of course stronger, but it's also nice because you hit the electric types, which area Ace can't hit, and it doesn't make contact. I'm pretty sure Brick Break makes contact, so you can get staticked. Yeah, we don't take too much damage yet. It must have been the Gyarados Rhydon Starmie team that I used PP up on. Because I'm like 99% sure, I'm actually 100% sure that I did use PP ups on some Pokemon. I guess it was the old team. What's also really nice about having a ground type is there's quite a few powerful electric types like Raikou and Jolteon that basically have nothing else besides Thunderbolt. So once you switch in, their best attacking move is gonna be like Bite, or they don't have any attacking move at all. Oh, Masquerain has Ice Beam, okay. I didn't expect that one. Does it also have like Bubble Beam? Maybe I switched in the wrong Pokemon, maybe. Stun Spore. Okay. Hydro Pump. Am I losing to a Masquerain? Oh no. What have I done? Oh, my cheat sheet still isn't loading. I guess we set up. It has Giga Drain? What? Is this like... Is Masquerain the biggest threat to my team? If I get crit, I actually lose. If I lose to Masquerain, that's just too funny. How does Masquerain learn Hydro Pump? Like, oh, I should have rested, I think. Because now I risk getting paralyzed. But I might lift 2 attacks now. Maybe. Okay. Never punished. At least Giga Drain only has 5 PP, so this is the 4th or the 5th. I should be fine after this. If I let it run out of Hydro Pumps, I can switch into Aggron and rest. So I'm ready for whatever's in the back. But this is a crazy set. I did not know Masquerain was like this. Oh, there's the crit. But we're fine. Is it out of Hydro Pumps? It must be, right? Okay. You're kidding me. Read like a book. What is this masquerade doing to me? Okay, that better not be a grass type in the back. Or at least, if there is a grass type, it better not crit. I also hope I don't run out of PP because I forgot to PP up. I'm resting here because I don't want to be paralyzed, so I want the guaranteed wake up attack. Let's see what's last. Oh wait, there's 2 Pokemon, right? Oh no! Don't have Razor Leaf. Don't have Razor Leaf. Sleep Powder? Oh no. Please. No! Oh, it's so doomed. No, I thought that was the crit. Please wake up. No! Oh, please. Come on! I'm gonna die this turn. Oh no. Oh, do I rest? If I rest, I have to dodge 3 crits. This is the team from hell. Okay, I might live this. Please. Okay. I think we're fine. Oh. I really thought it was over. That would have been very funny if I lost. Since I only had Emerald, I never got to use Surskit and Masquerain. I always thought it was like a really cool bug because like it has Intimidate, but I didn't know it could be a threat like that. Maybe I'll have to make a team with the Masquerain. I don't know what its stats are, but I'm sure I can figure something out. I'm still so surprised that it got Hydro Pump. I really thought Bubble Beam would be its best water type move, or Water Pulse or something. Let's see, probably has Earthquake, right? Or is it still random AI? It's probably still random AI, otherwise it would not have... Oh, that's Dig. I don't know when in which round they start becoming smart. Or maybe they always... maybe the Masquerain was just that smart. It saved the last Hydro Pump for exactly the turn that I switched into Aggron. Maybe it's just predictive AI. No, I think it's still random AI. Maybe round 4 or something. Or maybe it just didn't have an ice move. Other than Hill. I don't know. The site with that I used for the sets still isn't loading for me, so I can't actually look it up. But hey, maybe something like the Masquerain happens again, and then it's just funny. Okay, 6, and then I think the 7th is Annabelle. But I could be wrong. I think it's 21 battles in Soul Silver, and I think it's 21 here as well. The thing is, I mostly play doubles, and in doubles, there's no battle against the Frontier Brains, unfortunately. So I'm not completely sure when they show up. Maybe it's 28 instead of 21. Oh, it's Sandvale, of course. Isn't Sandslash like banned from competitive because Tyranitar exists in OU in Gen 3? I know that's the case with Cacturn. I don't know if Sandslash has another ability. Well, there is Cacturn. Something that I noticed with when I was using the Gyarados version in Soul Silver, I had a Lumberry on Gyarados instead of leftovers that I have here on Salamence. And I was sometimes I was really running out of HP when I was switching around, intimidating. Because you're not always so lucky that you can just switch in on a ground type move. So now I have leftovers this time, which will be nice. The Salamence is a bit less bulky than the Gyarados was. Oh no, it's just a random trainer. But it does have an Altaria. I guess I just switch. I was thinking, well, I switch into the Dragon Claw, but what if it has, what if it's like Winona's Altaria and it has Earthquake? That would be an issue. Let's see. There is at least one set with Dragon Claw Earthquake. Let's find out. Right, it's still random AI. Let's just go to Wish Cache. $40, $80 with a crit. I can do one more, unless he double crits me. Airways. That one doesn't have Earthquake. I can't really hurt it, so I'll switch to... I switched to Aggron. Body Slam. Yeah, that's expected. I'll set up in case the... Whatever. Oh wait, maybe it used Dragon Claw not because it was random AI, but because it just didn't have a better move. All of its moves are resisted. Probably won't kill with one Iron Tail. Yeah, no, I won't kill like that. There's definitely a reason why I've almost never used Iron Tail, even in normal playthroughs. I just do not like moves that can miss. Even if it's 95% accuracy, I'm already like, I don't want to use that move. Alright, let's take it out. Please. Yes. Get a good roll? No, we don't get a good roll. I'm gonna rest again. There we go. He only lost 3 HP. Raichu, okay. We can take a hit here. Oh, double team, of course. Of course. But we hit. Let's go. Good job, Nighthawk. Ooh, Ninetales, nice. Wait. Does it roar? Yeah, it does. Alright, so maybe the next round we have the Frontier Brain. I'm really not sure how the Battle Frontier works here. Or is it at like around 50 or 49 and then around 100 or whatever? I don't know. Oh, wait. PP Max. As you can see, I have used my modded 3DS to my advantage to save a bunch of time. And just give myself a bunch of PP Maxes. I did breed all the Pokemon to get all the moves and that sort of stuff. But then, to save a bunch of time, I maxed my stats, like my IVs with the program instead of breeding. I have done a lot of breeding in Gen 6, Gen 7 when I played competitive. And let's just say I've had enough. It can be kind of nice, relaxing, but the thing I enjoy about the Battle Frontier, the Battle Towers, is the team building, the battling, and having to spend like a month grinding eggs just to test one team. That's not it for me. Back when I played VGC, like there was also time pressure, and there's been multiple times where I was so burned out with the breeding. And I'd have all my Pokemon hatched, but I'd still need to do the EV breeding, or the EV training and whatever, and I would be like on the way to the tournament trying to finish my team, and I'd arrive and I'd run out of time and I'd have to use an old team, and I just hate it so much because of that. And that was Gen 6, Gen 7. That's when it was a lot easier. But the same with like, I was playing like a VGC 17. I didn't have any Tapus because I just did a casual playthrough. I caught the Tapus just without resetting for natures and stuff. So I didn't have any good ones, and I didn't want to restart the game and do everything all over again because I had like all the Mega Stones, all the Z crystals, all the TMs, all the everything, all the Pokemon. I didn't want to do all that again, so I just had no Tapus. That was interesting. I think that's what started my creative team building. I mean, this team isn't too creative. It's fairly simple. But I've made some teams over the years that are definitely interesting. As long as we don't see Masquerain, I think we'll be fine. Oh no, he's back. This is why you need Quagsire with Water Absorb. So you can tank a couple of Hydro Pumps. Okay, I think it's Smart AI now. So he's gonna use Giga Drain. Oh, he's gonna use Stun Spore. Right. Of course. Immediate crit. Yeah, I think Whiscash was faster, wasn't it? And doesn't see a kill with Giga Drain, so that's why it stun spores, I think. It always wants to outspeed. Here comes Hydro Pump, maybe? No. Now comes the Giga Drain. Do I want to risk it? Why is Masquerade so difficult? Let's try to lower a couple of his Giga Drain PP. Okay, Giga Drain. He sees the kill, so it's Ice Beam. Can't I just one-shot it with Aerial Ace? Let me check. Aerial Ace. Oh wait, this is the wrong Masquerade set. Oh, this also... Wait, what? It's full defense, full special attack. Ooh. Not sure if I can KO that. 68 allies. No, I definitely cannot. Okay. I could tank. Let's see how much Hydro Pump does. Okay, not that much. Okay, this is the play. Ouch. That Ice Beam just is way more than I'd like. That crit is gonna matter, maybe. This is only the second Hydro Pump, I think. Ay ay ay. I can tank 2 more. I'm pretty sure Aggron doesn't live. $20. Okay, frozen doesn't matter. I can hope he misses and go for rest. How much does the Giga Drain do again? Whiscash. With 68 to 81%. Pretty sure I'm dead. No, I'm dead like 50 something percent of the time. Uh, 62% of the time, Wishcash dies to Giga Drain. Should have been counting the PP better, I guess. Don't know how many ice beams he has left. Probably more than enough. Yeah, the problem is now he can kill me with any move. Or at least with Ice Beam and with Hydro Pump. Or Frozen again. Okay. Oh, I was faster. I didn't realize I was faster. So I guess the freeze did matter. Oh. I'm not sure I can stall out. I might actually lose the Masquerade after all, even after surviving the first time. Oh. Okay, for next time I know Masquerade is slower than my Aggron. But Iron Tail is my only move, so there's the 25% chance I just miss. So that's no good either. Now I just die again. I didn't even realize it hit that hard last time. Yeah, I'm actually losing to Masquerade here. I think. I don't think it runs out of ice beams here. Oh. Oh right, of course it sees the ice beam kill. Yeah, I actually lose to Masquerade. That's crazy. Okay. Next time I switch into Wishcash, I serve. I switch into Salamence, Aerial Ace does enough to kill. That is so funny. That Masquerade actually hard counters this team. But I didn't really realize how slow it was. Oh, it has a minus speed nature, I think. Alright. That was my my first steps into the battle tower. That definitely wasn't a gold medal on the first attempt. But it was very funny. I think I'll end it here and then start at the bottom again some other time. Or maybe I'll do the first couple of rounds and then start recording once I start encountering Masquerade again. Well, if you watched, let me know what you thought. Do you think Masquerade is the best Pokemon in the Battle Tower? I do. Are there any Pokemon you would like to see on a team? Because I'm definitely brainstorming on what team I will bring after I'm finished playing with this one. Because I'm definitely gonna try with this one again. Masquerade can't stop us after just one loss. And I know what to do against Masquerade now. Because it always sees the Ice Beam kill on Salamence. So I just switch into Whiscash. Whiscash outspeeds. So I surf when it goes for the Stun Spore. Then I switch back to Salamence on the Giga Drain. Aerial Ace kills. And we're ready to go on. I just wasn't prepared for it to have like a move that can one-shot almost all three of my Pokemon. Giga Drain is like 80% to Whiscash. So the last time I actually kind of got lucky that Salamence got one-shot because I got to set up an Amnesia on the Whiscash immediately, and then I didn't get crit with Giga Drain, so I was okay. But this time, because I was afraid of the Ice Beam, started trying to PP stall, only for the Masquerade to do too much damage for me. Just barely too much damage, but it was too much damage. Oh. And it went for the Hydro Pump to kill the Whiscash. Maybe if I stayed in, it only had one Ice Beam left, and it would only have had like one Hydro Pump left for the Salamence, and I would have won. Maybe. I'm not sure if the AI checks accuracy when going for the kill. But I would assume so. So maybe I just misplayed it at the end and could have won. But that was very funny. I have a newfound respect for Masquerade. Yeah, do you want to see a Masquerade team from me? Or another... is there another cool Pokemon that you want to see? I have a couple of Pokemon in mind already. But I want to hear... if you have any suggestions, I'd like to hear it. Then I'll end it here. See you some other time. Hopefully without a Masquerade.